As you wait on what God promised you, it is important that you remember: 1. God is not man that he should lie. This is one of the most wonderful things about God. When he says he is going to do something, trust that he will definitely keep his word. Remember, his words don't go back to him void. This means that when he gave you a word about your life, he will be faithful enough to see it through. 2. Trust his timing. God is never late. As hard as it is to patiently wait, the reward after the wait is always huge. Many are the plans that we make as human beings, but it is important that you desire that God's perfect plan happens in your life. Even when it feels like he has delayed, wait on him. He never disappoints. 3. If you cannot understand what is happening to you in the waiting period, continue calming the storm that may be raging within you. All things will work out for your good. Don't lose hope. 4. He truly sees you, and he has the best plans for you. Sometimes we're so caught up in the dark spaces that life pushes us into that we can barely see the light at the end of that dark tunnel. These are the moments that make it feel like he's left you, like he no longer hears you calling out to him. However, if there's one thing you should never doubt about God, it's that his intentions for you are good. If he gave you his word about something, trust that he is aligning everything to deliver what he promised at the right time. Waiting is not something a lot of us are particularly good at. It gets harder when you can't understand what's happening to you as you wait, or why you are going through a difficult time. Think about Zechariah and Elizabeth, for instance. God, through angel Gabriel, appeared to Zechariah to deliver a promise that his wife would soon give birth to a child. The promise that was given looked highly unlikely to happen, especially because they had already advanced in age. Zechariah was so doubtful of the promise that angel Gabriel had to mute his voice until the baby was born. This was to prevent him from speaking his doubts over the promise of God. Many times we've found ourselves doubting God's promises. When God gives a promise in a vision, his messenger, or through any other way, you can look at your current situation and doubt the possibility of it happening to you. For example, God can promise you today that he will bless you with a home. However, if you take time to look at what's happening around you, it starts becoming extremely difficult to believe that the promise will be fulfilled. He might be promising you a home, and yet you're currently struggling to pay rent in the apartment you're living in. Maybe you're living on the streets or at a shelter, and affording a meal is already hard. You look at yourself and you wonder, if I can't even afford one meal, how will I ever get enough money to own a home? In such moments, it's easy to doubt the possibility of that promise being fulfilled. It's difficult to build up enough faith to stand on that promise. Chances are, just like Zechariah, majority of us would doubt the promise and ask, how can this possibly be? When God wants to do something for you, he's always thinking about doing it bigger and better than you can imagine. God takes the promises he gives seriously because those are his words that he holds dear to him. Romans 4 verse 21 reminds us that we ought to be convinced that what God has promised, he is also fully able to perform. So many things around you may look like a complete opposite of what God is telling you he'll do. But it's at such moments that you have to remind yourself that God keeps his word. Whatever he says to you, he will definitely do it. Keep the faith, no matter how difficult it is. Lean on his promises, even if the situation around you makes no sense. Here are some affirmations that you can use as you wait on God's promises. 1. I will always delight myself in you, my Father, because I know you will give me the desires of my heart. Psalms 37 verse 4. 2. I will wait on you. It's you I am going to focus on, my God, for I know that you hear me. Micah 7 verse 7. 3. I put my hope in your word, and my soul will wait on you. Psalms 130 verse 5. 4. I know that you abide in me and you work within me. So I do believe that you are more capable of doing immeasurably more than I can ask, think, or imagine. I will praise you as I wait. Ephesians 3 verse 20. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. May God be with you as you wait for all the beautiful things that he's promised you.